What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, normally after some predictions, I tell you like, yeah, I told you so. But with this Zab Judah versus Danny Garcia, I can't even say that because both fighters, what they did tonight was incredible, and it's the type of fight where no matter who you were going with, you just wanted to, you're just like proud of both fighters, and that's exactly how I felt. Um, I don't have the score. I didn't score it. It was a barn burner, and it was just happening live, so I didn't score it. I was just too enthralled with what was actually happening. But I must say I'm very proud. I did pick Danny Garcia to win, and I was right as far as that's concerned. But I am very super proud of Super Judah. Zab, what he did in there was it's like redemption for him because he's been criticized for most of his career for underachieving, not rising to the heights of which people placed him, and he was in front of his home crowd. And from what I seen in the fight, he looked solid early, but he was still getting dominated. He was still getting beaten those early rounds. To me, um, Danny Garcia was pressing his attack, and Zab, like I said, Zab. I mean, he's an elite level fighter who's been in there with tons of people, so he's obviously going to land some shots, especially when he has a lot more natural athletic attributes than Danny Garcia, like speed and slickness, things like that. But again, I'm just proud for Zab Judah that he was able to withstand adversity for once in his career when the lights were shining bright. Far too many times where people expect him to win. Carlos Baldomir. Some people even had him at the time to beat Floyd Mayweather. Costa Zoo, Cotto. A lot of people were riding with Zab. And this is a time in a big fight where it's not like a Lucas Matisse where it's just like really controversial or whatnot. But this is one of the times where if you were riding with Zab, you should be proud. Even though he lost the fight, you should be proud because he definitely weathered a lot of storms. He had a really bad cut midway through. Like, it looked disgusting. It was like a really deep gash on his cheekbone. Really bad. He had been knocked down in the fight. Um, Again, to me, earlier in the fight, Danny Garcia was controlling the tone. It was favoring him more. Um, Garcia, one thing I liked that he did, and I think it helped pay dividends, is he was able to slow Zab down a bit by carefully placed body shots throughout the fight. He definitely was investing into the body, and I think it paid dividends later because when Zab came on, it was during the second half of the fight. And I got to talk about that for a second. It was almost like one of those movies like Freaky Friday where two people's roles are reversed. In my honest opinion, I thought the fighter, the younger fighter, would look better late because he's younger and he's been through less wars, he's had less fights than Zab, etc. And it was actually the opposite, which was really weird. Zab Judah pretty much took over the second half of the fight. After his last knockdown, he started looking really sharp, really crisp, very composed, and really hurt. He was hurting Garcia I think in the 10th round, 11th. He landed some good shots in the 12th. It was just fireworks, man, all the way around. Boxing has been incredible. I apologize. I don't have all the rounds verbatim and everything that happened, but Judah was knocked down twice in the fight, and I think the right person won. I would have Danny Garcia ahead, and that's really because of what Danny Garcia did early and the knockdowns. And Zab wasn't active enough in some of the earlier rounds to the point where I would score the rounds, and then those knockdowns really helped sway it in favor of Danny Garcia. But hell, towards the end of that fight, Zab really started coming on, and I think the best possible thing that could have happened is having this at the Barclay. The energy was magnetic, and I think that's really what kept Zab Judah's heart. Because if you look at some of the other fights with Carlos Baldomir, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure they weren't in Brooklyn since the Barclays was not created. You know what I mean? So it obviously wasn't something that took place in Brooklyn. It might have been at Madison Square Garden. I don't really know, but it's different being at home. Like, he's from New York, but even more so, he's from Brooklyn. So I think that really helped fuel him for the training, for weathering the storm, and he looked really sharp, especially in the second half. And you would expect that he looked, or at least me, I really expected that he would look great and sharp and accurate in the first half. And then to the mid to late rounds, I thought Danny Garcia was going to take over and possibly stop him, if not go to a unanimous decision. But again, hell of a fight, hell of a scrap. I really enjoyed it. I think the right person won. But this is the type of performance from Zab Judah that keeps him around, in my opinion. If you look at his last two fights, Vernon Paris, I mean, obviously he won that fight. And then what he did late in this fight, a lot of people just criticize Zab for giving up. And this is the first indication that he's really taking his career seriously. He said he doesn't drink anymore. He's been sober for 4 years, doesn't party as much. He's more of a family man, and he's really living like a boxer in Las Vegas. And it showed because you have to have he must have went through some hellacious training because he was sliced up, he was in good shape, and he was able to compose himself after knockdowns and really just come back and collect himself, like, and give Danny Garcia problems. And at some points and later in the fight, it looked like he might be able to knock Danny Garcia out or down. So again, hell of a fight. I really enjoyed it. I do think Danny Garcia won more or less because of the knockdowns and what he did early, throwing a high volume of punches, investing to the body. But I have no complaints at all. It was a hell of a fight. I told you guys it'd be 50-50, and it really delivered. This has to go, for me, in terms of the fight of the year. If you didn't like this fight and you call yourself a boxing fan, I really don't know what you're expecting, and unless you want somebody to get sniped from a crazed fan or something. Like, I don't know what more you would expect from a boxing match. Like, do you want just carnage, someone's brains to fall out of their ear? I don't even know what you would want. I mean, both guys were slugging. They were going at it. There were some headbutts. Anytime you have the southpaw and a right-hander, usually there's clashes of heads, and there was knockdowns, there was action, I don't know, I thought it was great. So if you didn't like it, I don't know what you expected, or what, maybe boxing isn't for you, because I don't know what else you could expect. Both guys showed tremendous heart. Both guys were trying. They were valiantly. If you watch the 12th round says it all. They were swinging for the fences, like really trying to get their man out of there. And I think ultimately Zab Judah had the monkey on his back, or the chip on his shoulder, and this, if nothing else, this is the first step into burying that hatchet, because what he did tonight was spectacular, and I think he would have made Brooklyn proud, even though he lost. So that's just my take on it. I think I talked enough. Let me know what you guys thought of the fight. Definitely one of the fight of the years for me. I put that right up there with Ruslan Provodnikov, Bradley, Brandon Rios, and Alvarado rematch. I mean, it has to go up there. So let me know what you guys think. Who do you think win? How do you guys score it? And what's next? I also got to give credit to Danny Garcia for, he has a chin. I mean, the dude has a chin. He was taking some monster shots that he probably couldn't see coming, because Zab is so quick. At age 35, 36, Zab is still remarkably fast. And I know he didn't see some of those shots coming. I honestly thought Zab Judah would use his uppercut more. He used it against Lucas Matisse, and I think that would have been a powerful weapon for him. There's a lot of stuff that I liked from both fighters in this fight. Again, Danny Garcia investing in the body. Zab Judah, just his slickness. He showed great head movement and just mobility, and he was really moving fluid. And one thing I really liked about Zab is when he got knocked down, you can even see it on his face. I mean, obviously he's not happy that he got knocked down, but he composed himself very well. And I don't know, maybe it's attributed to his conditioning and taking boxing seriously. I don't know what it was, but if you watch the Costa Zoo fight or Amir Khan fight where he got hit with the body shot, I felt he could have continued. It might have been painful, but I felt he could have continued. So real proud of both fighters. I think there's things in store for them for the next fight. They both had a solid, great performance. It looked like the crowd was into it. Some people were even cheering Garcia, so he probably gained some new fans. But you guys got to stop underrating Garcia. I mean, he has a chin. He's not the most technically sound, but he's a very balanced fighter. he obviously has a chin and he obviously has power because Zab Judah's been in there with tons of people, and he didn't necessarily get knocked down twice from them. So I mean, got to give the man credit. Obviously, Zab's a little bit older now, so it was quite the Freaky Friday in my opinion, where I thought Zab Judah would look better early and Danny Garcia would take over in the championship rounds, and that's not what happened. But there was the whole melee at the beginning with the Angel Garcia, and a lot of like bad blood and just tension and drama the day before, a couple days before. So maybe they were trying to make good with their promises and not necessarily fighting the smartest by trying to knock. They both said they were going to knock their person out in multiple interviews, so maybe that has to do with it. But either way, they both showed tremendous heart. They were both classy and tasteful at the very end. Angel Garcia even shook Zab Judah's hand. Danny Garcia shook Zab's hand. And I think Danny Garcia may have even underestimated Zab, like, oh, he's a has-been and all that. But Zab definitely showed that he's not going out like Arturo Gatti against Gomez. And that's no disrespect to Arturo Gatti, rest in peace. But that wasn't the quintessential Arturo Gatti if you guys do your research and watch that fight. So I think Garcia gained respect. Like, this dude is not a pushover. And it made me respect Zab too, because Lucas Matisse said the same thing. He's fought Zab. He said, I don't feel I lost to Devin Alexander, and Zab Judah is what eons above Devin Alexander. That's what he said. That's what Lucas Matisse said. He's on the interview, so Google it. Both fighters should be proud of this performance. Let me know what you guys think. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego, signing off.